Want to hear my impression of you in about 3 seconds?
In mid-2021, I was at the Institute studying for a computer science degree in software development. I normally spend from 8 in the morning until around 5 in the afternoon. The degree was hard, especially programming, which was a pain in the ass. In those times where it didn't automatically validate your opinion to recognize the good things that Hello Boss had, and I still didn't know how to shitpost,
Das war erst die Ruhe vor dem Sturm.
I was on one of my breaks watching YouTube on my phone when I came across a strange video, Murder Drones Meet the Team clip. It quickly caught my attention and I decided to watch it, starting one of the series that I have followed most since Underverse, Madness Combat, and that other Undertale series by the creator that I cannot mention for reasons of drama. The proposal was not really innovative, it took a lot of inspiration from anime and it was not the eighth wonder of the world, but I was captivated by its characters, its aesthetics, and how random it honestly was. There I discovered one of the series that, despite the criticism, its virtues and problems have earned a place in my heart. A series that I have defended even when my close circle mocks it incessantly. I continue standing in that trench, like Leonidas in the Thermophiles, defending the passage against the Persians without fear of being cringe. Today, faced with the news of its apparent end,
¿Qué hacemos con él?
Yo digo que hay que cortarle el pito.
Justo por el escroto.
I would like to return the joy, entertainment, and laughter that it has caused me, intentionally and unintentionally. I have wanted to talk about this series for a long time now. I want to talk about both what I love and what I don't, its strengths and what I consider its sins. But until now, I didn't have the courage to do so. But now, after the apparent announcement of its end, I found the courage to leave the shame behind and shout out my opinion to the world that no one asked for. I want to clarify that I don't know how long it will take me to make these videos. I want to talk about each individual chapter and then give my opinion of the series as a whole. Also, I will make this video twice in English and Spanish to get to the most people. However, since I don't know how long it will take me for now, I will narrate a summary of each episode and a small opinion of what I like, what I didn't, and in the end, I will talk in general about all the success and problems of the entire series. Because of that, I may divide this into several videos, since I want to release everything I feel about this series. Without any more time to waste, let's get started with this. Alright. What is murder drones? According to Wikipedia, murder drones, or translated into Spanish as drones asesinos, hostia tío!
¡Y arriba España!
It's an independent computer animated web series classified as horror, comedy, and animation for adults. I'm telling you, that's not true. Created by Liam Vickers and produced by Glitch Productions. Murder Drones, like I said, was created by Liam Vickers and Glitch Productions. Liam, creator of Cliffside, among other projects which I know nothing about its current status. Yeah, the truth is that Liam is not the best father for his creations. And I don't say it, he says it himself.
Beyond what I alone could have possibly come up with, as a bit of an absentee father.
However, like anyone, when he was offered to do a full-on animated series with the studio supporting him, he did not hesitate to jump at the opportunity. The series, despite being supposedly for adults, is the same for adults as Hello Boss, meaning it is a series for younger audiences, teenagers and young adults. However, I don't say that as a bad. Murder Drones follows adventures of Lucy, a young robot, not a teenager. No one is illegally here a minor, confirmed in the series. A young worker robot, or drones as they call the robots here, were created by humans to help with work and repair tasks, although they also serve as servants for the upper class people. However, after a strange explosion on the planet, humans became extinct. So now, being free, the robots started to imitate and adapted human customs until they created a society. But out of nowhere, another type of robots arrived. the murder drones, also called disassembly drones. They are believed to have been sent by humans to destroy the worker drones, but throughout the series, both Uzi and the murder drones will discover that things may not be so simple. The first teaser of the series came out on June 25, 2021, whose pilot was released on October 29, 2021, and as of the date I write this, the pilot has 50 million views. After its success, it became the first episode of the series, so I guess we should start there. It can't be that bad. Spoilers, don't watch it with dubbing.
Ahora soy un dron de desmontaje bien rebelde y basadísimo.
Okay, I don't want to spread hate to the Spanish dubbing actors. I'm from Latin America myself. Someone with Spanish as his native language, and as the series progresses, I got used to it. And the truth is, I ended up liking their voices as the characters. But above all, they mark one of the biggest problems of the series, and that is the self-conscious jokes are a 50-50. Even worse when they use memes in the dubbing. I mean, listen to this, even if you don't understand it.
Rebelde y basadísimo.
Episode 1 begins showing us what I said. Humans become extinct, murder drones arrive, etc. Here we're introduced to our protagonist, Uzi, a teenager. Although they refer to the characters as teenagers, none of them are under 18 years old, what we see in the future, which is strange, but I suppose it was to avoid stupid disputes and complications because they were minors. Anyway, the drones live in a shelter protected by security doors, built by Uzi's dad, who is obsessed with doors, so I hope you like door jokes because there are going to be plenty of them. Uzi is this mix of emo and edgelord after some jokes where they make clear their daddy issues.
I think someone has daddy issues.
I do not have daddy issues. I am a homosexual fucking boy.
We see that she has been working on a railgun to confront the murder drones and thus defeat the doors in the tenacious fight for the love of his father. However, for this to work, it lacks something that is in the layer of the murder drones. After seeing that despite the bullying that Uzi gets, well, she's really a weirdo that is not mentally stable.
Yet? It doesn't work yet! Who said it doesn't work? Maybe it does! No more feedback on my repression today!
And a joke that I don't know if it was foreshadowed or not.
Sneaking out to make out with my boyfriend that I definitely have?
That's called foreshadowing.
Uzi comes out and he is attacked by one of the murder drones. Uzi managed to get out of there by headshotting his attacker, but here we see that the murder drones regenerate. But his vision is damaged after receiving the impact, so he cannot recognize our protagonist and believes she is a murder drone.
Did you just slap me with that arm?
Holy crap, it talks.
This is our beloved Bread of God, franchise mascot and #1 golden retriever, and who, despite being a murder drone, turns out to be a good boy. After healing our protagonist's hands in a scene that I won't believe that they didn't do with the intention of taking it out of context,
Sure, I love doing anything.
we're introduced to the other two members of the squad. First we have V, the necessary trope of the crazy anime girl that cannot be missing from Leon's projects. Psychopath, dangerous, and if you like flirting with the fridge, waifu of the series, in addition to being N's crush. Then we have J, who is the same, but she's not crazy, she's just a... During this conversation, Uzi notices something that will be important to N later, and that is that the murder drones are like vampire. The sun burns them, and they need to consume oil of the other drones so as not to overheat. Taking that into account, apparently they don't have a way to escape the planet. After finishing the mission, it seems that the murder drones are on a suicide mission, which doesn't make them that different from the worker drone, since they will be disposed when they finish their job. Talk is interrupted by V and J, who fixes and circuits with a slap, and realizes that a worker drone was the one with him, and that drone created a weapon that could kill them, so he decides to kill her to protect V. Uzi tries to escape, but N manages to enter the base, starting a massacre of those present. Eventually, Uzi and his father are cornered. Uzi loses his gun, which falls near his father, who, contrary to what the cliche will dictate, Khan genuinely turns out to be a coward who abandons his daughter out of fear. This leaves Anne baffled, who clearly did not expect that. But when a door closes, a window opens. Anne, seeing everything that happened, realized that Uzi's right, that something is not correct here, and that if they follow the company's orders, they will end up dead, just like their prey.
Do we actually, know what the company plans to do with us afterwards?
Which earns him a visit without return to heaven, since Jay plants the virus on him to kill him for betrayal, but Uzi, using a wrench that his father used to free his wife from the suffering after being attacked by a murder drone, which I had forgotten to mention until this point, manages to save Anne, and together they go to confront the other drones that have a questionably curvy design. The fight is okay, but the animation pales in comparison with what is coming. After scenes that even I made a boom jokes about when I saw it on stream. And shows us his abnormally long tongue that for some reason also has saliva, which makes some people think that drones, in addition to slave labor and servants, also satisfy other needs.
Pressing this?
What the hell?
Uzi disintegrates Jay's body and manages to immobilize B, and after telling Uzi's father, which his name is Can, that he's a trash can, they leave with the idea of destroying humanity, and in the last scene we see a strange symbol in Uzi's eye and several ships approaching. Okay, I guess it's time to give my opinion, and since I'm a blind devote of the series, let's start with the good stuff. Obviously the animation has a great quality. This is something that will only get better in the future, but despite what I'm going to say in the bad stuff section, for an independent studio, it is impossible not to highlight the excellent work they have done. They managed to combine different types of lighting without losing the level of detail, at least in my opinion. All this accompanied by a great soundtrack that will also only improve in the future. It always has a characteristic theme, but managed to provide the appropriate accompaniment for each circumstance. The character designs are also something to highlight. The series had two big problems. First, Liam has a very cartoonish and expressive style that was very difficult to adapt to 3D, and the second is that the robots, even the murder drones, all start from the same design, so it will be difficult to give them individuality to each one. Well, Glitch managed, on the one hand, to make the characters, despite the 3D, quite expressive and cartoonish, and on the other hand, it surprises me how with just clothes and different color palettes, Glitch managed to each moderately relevant character feel different and not a copy and paste of each other. On the other hand, the designs of the murder drones managed to distance themselves quite a bit from the workers, but you can see that they come from the same base, helping the idea that despite their differences, they're not that different from each other. As for the script, it works very well. It introduces you to the characters, the world in which they live in, and puts you in context. On the other hand, even though the series is edgy, I like how it is aware of that. It knows that it's a product for teenagers and young people, and it makes fun of the cliches of those works.
Ew, it didn't kill her. Oh my god, that's so bad. It's like we're waiting for an inciting incident. Angsty teen fad, bite me.
The characters, on the other hand, are nothing new. They're quite stereotypical actually, but you manage to like them. Uzi on the one hand is an emo/edgy girl at which the series itself laughs, but never becomes unlikable. Anne is the papyrus of the series, but he's not so innocent. He's able to think for himself despite having a heart of gold. And I also love those types of characters, so I'm not going to say anything bad about them. But now we go with what not even I can defend. Look, I'll be honest, besides episode 4, this is the episode I like the least. First, I always said I will defend that the series is not just another teenage drama. However, this is the episode that feels the most like a teenage drama. This is the pilot, the presentation of the series, and what it offers to the viewers, what they present to you, can leave a bad impression. Maybe thinking that this is just another stereotypical teenage drama. Second, the animation. Even though I said it's of a very high quality, there are moments where, especially when the drones run, that it feels rough, as if they were lacking oil and it was hard for them to move in a way that feels natural. As I said, this improves in the future and doesn't ruin the experience, but it can be annoying. Honestly, this is most noticeable in the fight between Uzi and Ant versus V and J. The V and Ant sections look good and very fluid, but then we switch to J and Uzi and the fight feels very rough. It's hard to choreograph a worker drone and a murder drone fight, knowing the power difference between the two. The last thing to mention is the humor. Look, I know I said that this series does a good job of making fun of itself, but the humor is total hit or miss. The jokes that hit hard, and the ones that don't either aren't funny or feel too cringe.
Basadísimo.
Okay, I know that's cheating, but I like the clip so much that I wanted to use it again. In the original, I just found that unfunny.
The worst jokes really seem like they were written by a 40-year-old teenager who thinks he's an ultra-based master of shitpost giga chat, but the only thing he does is embarrassing himself. I think this chapter has more positives than negative ones, but I think the negatives can scare off potential audiences, and I understand why. And yeah, however, although I don't think it is the best start, actually it could be a bit rough, I like it as a first chapter. I don't think it's anything that's not easy to fix. And well, that's all I have to say about this chapter. I want to talk about the whole series before the end is released, and on top of that I'm going to make these videos in both English and Spanish so that more people know about this series, because despite the negative points, which I say later, I love this series and I want it to reach as many people as possible. So wish me luck. I hope to achieve it and don't die trying. I want to ask you to leave a like and subscribe just if you like this video, share it so more people know about this series and other products from both Glitch and Liam Vickers. I'm off to edit the next video of episode 2. Bye!